I need you to help me lock up Justin the Tackhead and Mac Daddy Trudeau. Well, first of all, I need you to help me first get the cops down on Justin the Tackhead and Mac Daddy Trudeau, and then lock him up. And before any of you Trudeau whores out there say, oh, well, you just go rat on Justin now. You just a rat. You ratting on Justin Trudeau now. You ratting on him. Well, let me just tell you this. First of all, many of you supporters of Justin Trudeau, many of you have criminal records anyway. And what happened when you stood accused of the crimes you were doing? What were drug crimes or robbery or whatever you got accused of? What happened? The police got called, right? And you stood before a judge, and the judge either convicted you or pardoned you of any crime. So that's what happened. So are you telling me now that you are okay with your tacky-headed behind being taken by the police and sent before a judge and either convicted or pardoned for any little crime you did, whether it's a drug crime, whether it's a murder, whatever it is. But if the prime minister of this country is accused of a crime, you just gonna let him walk? I mean, is that what you're saying to yourself? Is that the amount of pride you have in yourself, Trudeau ho? So just shut your mouth before you call me a rat. Because I most certainly am ratting on the Mac Daddy because the Mac Daddy would rat on you. He doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about you and anyone else in this country when they stand accused of a crime. Many people in this country are accused of things and it ends up coming out that they didn't do anything, but they still had to go through the cops and they still had to go through the court system. Why should the Mac Daddy be any different? He stands accused of obstruction of justice, a, a crime which is punishable to up to 10 years in prison. He needs the cops down on him. So I'm going to call 911 and I'm going to call Canada's top police force, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, to come pick up Justin, this tacky-headed Matt, the Montreal Slim Pimp, son of Satan Trudeau, and investigate him to see whether indeed he obstructed justice. And I need you to help me with that by going down to the comment section and clicking on the pinned link that you see. And once you do that, you will be redirected to a website, a petition, which was created by the Rebel. I don't claim any responsibility for the creation of this particular petition. It's created by the Rebel, and they are just individuals who want to see the rule of law respected in this country, as do I, and hopefully as do you. Sign that petition. It is as simple as that, and you will add your name to the list of people, the list of Canadians who want the Royal Canadian Mounted Police to investigate this SNC Lavalin scandal. And for those of you who have been living under a rock and who don't know what has been happening over the past few weeks, Justin, the tacky-headed Mac Daddy Trudeau, the son of Satan, the Montreal Slim Pimp, has been accused of obstruction of justice by one of his former closest allies, Jody Wilson-Raybould. She claims that when she was Attorney General, the Mac Daddy and his whores pressured her to protect SNC Lavalin from any sort of criminal proceedings, judicial inquiries, any of that sort of thing. Because SNC Lavalin, which is one of the world's biggest construction companies, stands accused of bribery and corruption all over the world. That's what's going on with them. But because SNC Lavalin is so, first of all, they're generous to all the parties, liberal, conservative, they're generous to all, but particularly because they're so generous to the liberal mafioso gang of Canada. The Justin, the tacky-headed Mac Daddy Trudeau, did everything he could to protect them from any sort of punishment whatsoever because he felt that if they were punished or if they were dragged through the judicial system, they would decide that they're going to move from Canada, go to England, somewhere else, and take jobs with them. Well, let's put it this way. If we are going to now allow criminal activity in Canada because of jobs, then I might as well just I want every Canadian to be unemployed and cleaning shoes, shining shoes on Yonge Street in Toronto, because we can't have big companies just get pardoned and slide away and get a pass because they create jobs and because they're generous to the Liberal Party of Canada. Meanwhile, you got people down on the street sitting on the corner, many of them probably Trudeau supporters, who smoke marijuana or who do drugs, and they get arrested and they have a very bad criminal record. We can't have that in Canada. And that's why I'm particularly reaching out to the Trudeau whores out there. Don't call me a rat. Don't say that I'm ratting on your boy, Justin Trudeau. You ratting on my boy, because let me tell you something. If you were committed of a crime, his police force would come down on your tacky-headed self and lock you up. So don't even give me any of that. Don't pretend. It's just like you notice these Trudeau whores in the Liberal caucus. These women who are now standing up for their pimp, protecting their pimp. You got Chrystia Freeland. You got Bardish Chagar. You got all these liberal women in the Liberal caucus. And you notice many of them are women of color too. I don't know. Is he trying to have these colored minority people as a prop? To say, oh, look, I support minorities. These are my trophies here. Meanwhile, I'm making sure that minorities have the highest unemployment they've had in many years. But these are my props here, so I can't be bad to minorities. I can't be. Even though their families may have come here legally, and I've just now opened up the Canadian border to any Sam and Charlie from America to come in here illegally. We don't know who they are. Take the jobs of people who've come here legally or who were born and bred here and all this sort of stuff. I can't be bad. But, they're protecting him now. You can't have that. We cannot have a system like that in Canada, where a company, just because they are beneficial to the Liberals and because they create a few jobs, now they can automatically slide from any criminal wrongdoings that they create. That can't happen. That cannot happen. So bottom line is that Justin the Tackhead and Mac Daddy Trudeau pressured his Attorney General, former Attorney General Jody Wilson-Raybould, according to her, to protect them from any criminal judicial harassment, or to protect them from any punishment. That is obstruction of justice. And according to the Canadian Criminal Code, obstruction of justice is punishable to 10 years in prison. And not just obstruction of justice, anyone who attempts to obstruct justice is guilty of a crime and is punishable for up to 10 years in prison. So that's why I'm saying that we all need to sign this petition and make sure that the RCMP investigates and don't. And you got some of these people like, oh, I don't have faith in the RCMP. Shut up. Just shut up, okay? And the reason I'm telling you to shut up is simply this. Even if you say you don't have faith in the RCMP, the fact that we are trying to do something about this, that we as Canadians who want to see our rule of law upheld, that we even attempt to do something is special. And even if we do sign it, and if we get all 36 million Canadians to sign that petition, and the RCMP does nothing, it is a sign to the world that we Canadians are standing up for ourselves now. We're not going to let slim pimps and Mac Daddies and backstabbers and the children of Satan come up on our throne, commit crimes, protect people who commit crimes, and get away with it. We're not going to allow that. So sign that petition. Just sign the damn petition. I don't care what you're doing right now. I don't care if you're drunk in your bed right now. I don't care if you're high as a kite right now. I don't care if you're about to go out to a party right now. I don't care if you're watching the hockey game right now. Sign the petition. It just takes a few seconds and add your name to the list of Canadian patriots who want to see the police come down on Justin the Tackhead and Mac Daddy Trudeau. Because we let him get away with all sorts of stuff, but I ain't gonna let him get away with this. So sign that petition and sign it now. And this is the Arana Nation.